Hi, I'm Kathy Bornheimer, the career coach who developed the Street Smart approach to job search. Remember, I wrote the book on it. We are now doing one of our segments of Street Smart Conversations. Let's talk about the world of work. With me in this segment is Everet Kamikawa. Everet and I have known each other for several years. In fact, we both belong to a professional association where Everet is in a leadership position. So Everet, since you've gone through several things during your experiences, why don't you tell us about what you've been through in the last 10 years?
Well, of course, Kathy, everybody remembers where they were on September 11th, 2001. But does everybody remember where they were on September 10th? I do. I was quitting my job as a sales manager because the company I was with decided to not pay me any commissions. And I tend to be a person that likes to get paid the money that they're owed. And I was out of work for a year, but during the course of that time, I worked 5 part-time jobs, all at the same time, to try and get the money I needed for mortgage and for doing the things that I wanted to do. And that led to a connection that I had with actually a former competitor of the first company I was with. And he said, well, why don't you come work for me? I've been trying to get you to come work for me for a long time. I said, okay, let's go for it. And we built up a company to the point where it was successful enough that it was bought by a national company. And from there, then I decided, well, it's time to do something different. I've been helping other companies build their good people, build their good infrastructure through these first 2 companies. Let's see if I can do something as part of developing salespeople and helping companies get better talent and growing their business that way, which then obviously they can hire more people and add more capacity and make more products, and everybody wins. And that's what I'm doing in my role today as a Salesforce development expert.
Okay, thanks for that information, Everet. Now I'd like to ask you, what was the most frustrating part of the process when you were in transition?
The most frustrating part of the process for me was just the fact that even though I was a fanatic about following up, I sent out thank you notes. And this is the days before LinkedIn and before social media. I sent handwritten thank you notes. I sent email thank you notes. I did follow-up calls when appropriate. I networked with all of my friends. The biggest frustration for me was not hearing back from employers, just whether or not I was even in the running or not. That was the biggest thing that really frustrated me on that. Now, because I followed up with a lot more bravado and gusto than compared to most job seekers that I knew at the time, I got more response of what other people were telling me, but that was still the hardest part, is just where am I in the process? Am I even being considered in the process? That was the most frustrating thing.
What part of the process that you did during job search do you think was the most successful in getting to the right employer?
Well, the most successful thing that I did to get out to the right employer, ultimately twice, as I had explained before, was just networking, just to be sure that I was always in front of my friends, in front of family, in front of my former colleagues, connections that I made with clients, letting them know where I was in my job search, what progress had I made, and being frank about it. And it was not a woe is me, help me thing. It was, I'm excited, I'm looking for the right opportunities, I'm finding good opportunities, I just need a little bit of help. Do you know somebody who knows this? I did my research on other positions. So that's really, I was not afraid to let people know that I was looking. My full-time job became looking for a full-time job. And because people knew that, the word spread, and that's how the competitor who hired me found out that I was still looking. He had heard through the grapevine that I was out still looking, and he said, well, that led to my first opportunity. The second opportunity where I changed careers again, 10 years later almost, same thing. That particular employer had heard about through the grapevine that I was looking for something a little different and was able to provide me with that opportunity.
Well, thanks a lot, Everet. I'm sure that information that you just gave is going to help an awful lot of people out.
My pleasure, Kathy. I'm glad I could help.
Okay, I'm Kathy Bornheimer, Street Smart Conversations. Let's talk about the new world of work. Again, if you've got any questions or comments on the information that you've heard in this segment with Everet Kamikawa, please contact us at www.streetsmartjobsearch.com. Thank you.